I've got terrible news for my bank account. DC Compact Comics are a gateway book because after only ever having trade paperbacks, after I started getting DC Compact Comics, that was my first time getting physical comics in a long time. I looked into other kinds of comics and I discovered DC Finest. For those of you not aware, DC Finest and Marvel's Epic collections, which we'll get to in a minute, spoiler alert, are collections of trade paperback size comic books, which are 400, 500, 600 pages in length, which collect eras, so it doesn't miss anything out of a particular title, no matter how obscure. At least that's a general idea. And this is, I picked Justice League of America, The Bridge Between Earths, because I originally had Superman's the first superhero, the Golden Age original Superman stuff in my cart, but I decided, I don't know, man. While I am interested in checking out the Golden Age of Superman and his origins, I am okay with reading a lot of stuff on DC Universe Infinite and Marvel Unlimited, and I'm trying to be very picky about what I actually collect physically, because I'm on a budget, and I don't know, something about this book just seemed more interesting. I've been hungering for some Silver Age comics recently, and this is them exploring Justice League stories with the concept of a multiverse for the first time, apparently. Obviously, that was first introduced in Flash of Two Worlds, which I also want to get. But yeah, these are just books which collect, large amounts of comics of the era, and I really love the idea of them. I'm never going to collect a huge amount of them, because again, I'm on a budget, but I did choose Justice League of America, The Bridge Between Earths for my first DC Finest book. And I wanted to compare DC Finest with Marvel Epic Collection at the same time, so I chose Daredevil, The Man Without Fear to Dare the Devil, because this is the beginning of Frank Miller's acclaimed run, and I love Brian Michael Bendis' Daredevil run, and all I ever heard about was that every good Daredevil run is trying to live up to Frank Miller's run. So while I did get the Marvel Premiere Edition collection thing of Daredevil's Born Again story, that actually comes a little time after this. And this is, the beginning of Frank Miller's run, first as an artist, then as a writer. And I think it'd be super interesting to just see, the origins of Elektra, I believe, is when she shows up for the first time in this comic, and Stick and the ninjas and a hand and all that kind of stuff. And apparently there's a lot of stuff with Karen Page in here. So, yeah, I love Daredevil, and I'm super excited to get into this as well. And I've got 12 seconds left on the time limit for a short, but I also got Doctor Who Archives Volume 1 because this was on clearance sale for £3. So I grabbed that too, and it's pretty cool as well.